This plant is Teuchrium chamaedrys, dwarf germander, and it's a small perennial I use quite a bit. It only gets about I don't know, 6 to 12 inches high, the foliage, and then when it blooms you might get another 6 inches or so out of the bloom stalk. And so what we're going to do is look at here it is after it's bloomed, and we're going to go in and clean it up. This is a 1-year-old plant. It's only been through one bloom cycle, so it's still a little spindly, and what we want to do, you'll see at the end, is we want to tighten it up so that next year it starts to fill in a little better. And so what we want to do is get rid of the blooms that are dead, the bloom stalks. You see them kind of poking up, they're bare. And then below there is the foliage. And also there's even a little dead growth on the side here, so we'll go in and clean all that up. I like to use these scissor shears as well as just a pair of hand pruners. So I'll go in the beginning and just top this thing, get rid of the dead flower heads. They're all kind of at one level. I'm taking them down to the general level at the top of the foliage and trying not to really affect the main body of the foliage. And then once I've got the top off, then I'll go in and I'll detail that out with the hand pruners. And all said and done, this is probably less than a 5-minute job to do this entire group of Teuchrium. This is probably about 4 plants right here. These get about 16, 18 inches wide by 6 to 12 inches tall. So as I get these all cleaned off, I'm just being a little selective. Again, I don't like topping things and shearing them. Some people do that, and that's okay if that's your taste. I like things to look a little more natural, so you'll see that I'm being a little selective about how I affect these with the shears. Once I've got that all done, then I'll come back and start to detail out. You'll see some in the foreground there. There's some brown dead stems as well as you see here, and so I'm going right after those. It's going to leave a little bit of a void in the plant, but these are a very hardy grower, especially once they've been in the ground for a year. And what's nice about them, they take shearing really well. Some plants don't, but this is a vigorous grower, and it just throws back new, fresh green foliage right away. So knowing that, we can feel confident that it's okay to go in and just get rid of anything that's a little suspect or it's already dead. Once I have achieved that, you're just going to see me clean up the rest of the plant. Once I've achieved that, that's really it. Once a year, these have this bloom cycle, probably last about 2 months in the late summer. And then once that's done, that's the time to come back and hit these. I like to do it soon as they're done because there's still a few months left in the late summer and fall, and that gives the plant time to start pushing new growth and fill back in before the cold slows them down and they're done for the year and sit for the winter. So all said and done, here you go. You can see the foliage. See how it's got a little gloss to it. It's nice deep green, and it's still a little loose on top, but that's going to fill in as soon as some warmth gets to this plant. Not a bad idea to have some fertilizing follow this up to help it recover. And here it is all tightened up the next year. And that's Teuchrium chamaedrys, dwarf germander.